Good evening from the Channel's newsroom here in London. A criminal investigation has been launched following the deaths of at least 7 tourists in Hungary. A sightseeing boat carrying a group of South Koreans capsized after a collision with another vessel on the Danube River. 7 people were rescued, but 21 others are still missing. A massive search operation is underway, but police say there's little chance of finding any more survivors. CCTV has been released showing the moment the smaller boat seen in the background under the bridge was hit by the much bigger luxury passenger vessel.
A felvételeken az látható, hogy a kis hajó az a hableány, hegymenetnek megy, tehát északra tart mind a 2 hajó, a Viking is, a Viking a nagyobb hajó, és amikor beérnek a Margit híd 2 pillére közé, akkor a hableány nevű hajó az valamilyen oknál fogva befordul a Viking elé.
Jelenleg épül ki a ponton, amire a buvárok ne tudnak menni, és azt, hogy pontosan mikor lehet majd kiemelni, azt csak azt akkor tudjuk majd megmondani, amikor tudjuk, hogy a hajó mennyire sérült, hiszen egy ütközésről van szó, nem mindegy, hogy maga a hajótest, a hajógerinc milyen állapotban van, ez akár napokig is eltarthat majd ez a kiemelés.
A snap election has been called in Israel after Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu failed to form a coalition government. Parliament passed a bill to dissolve itself less than 2 months after the last general election. The new vote is set to be held in September.
אנחנו ננהל מסע בחירות חד, בהיר, ובו אנחנו ננצח.
I was very surprised and even shocked from what happened last night that we're going again in 2 months into election, something that economically just destroyed a year of economy in Israel. And it's all because of personal reasons.
It is a very sad day for Israel. We've become like a third world country when people are worried about their personalities instead of about the country's politics.
It's too bad what happened in Israel. It looked like a total win for Netanyahu. He's a great guy. He's a great guy. And now they're back in the debate stage and they're back in the election stage. That is too bad.
A top Austrian judge will become the country's first female Chancellor. The president introduced Brigitte Bierlein as the interim leader after Parliament voted Sebastian Kurz out of office. Bierlein, who's due to reach the court's mandatory retirement age of 70 this year, has agreed to pick mainly civil servants as ministers when she's formally appointed in the coming days. For the first time in South Africa's history, half of the country's cabinet is made up of women.
So help me God.
Cyril Ramaphosa, who was sworn in as president last weekend, also announced he's reduced the number of ministers from 36 to 28 to cut spending and improve efficiency.
All South Africans are acutely aware of the great economic difficulties that our country is going through right now. But they are also aware of the constraints that have been placed on our public finances. It is therefore imperative that in all areas and spheres of government, we place priority on revitalizing our economy, while at the same time exercising great care in the use of public funds.
More than 20 people were killed when a bus carrying Catholic pilgrims and a cargo truck crashed before bursting into flames in southeast Mexico. 30 others were injured and taken to hospital. Emergency officials believe one of the vehicles lost control of its brakes going downhill. WikiLeaks says it has grave concerns for its founder, Julian Assange, whose health has reportedly deteriorated significantly. The 47-year-old, who's fighting extradition to the United States, was due to appear in court via video link from Belmarsh prison, but his lawyer said he was too ill to attend. He's currently serving time in the UK for breaching bail conditions, and he's wanted in the US, where he's accused of leaking classified information. An American group building what it claims is the first private wall on the Mexican border has been forced to stop construction. They were presented with a cease and desist order after it was ruled the project lacked the necessary permits. $22 million was raised through a GoFundMe webpage to erect the steel fence. And finally, a baby believed to have been the smallest in the world has finally been discharged from hospital. Called Sabi, she was just 245 grams, the weight of a large apple, when she was born at 23 weeks. She was taken to the intensive care unit of a hospital in San Diego, but doctors told her parents she only had a few hours to live. Remarkably, she pulled through, and now 5 months later, Sabi weighs a healthy 5.6 pounds, or just over 2.5 kilos. And that's your international news around the world in 5.